Dimebag Darrell, the electrifying guitarist behind Pantera and Damageplan, is remembered by fans for his explosive riffs, wild stage presence, and magnetic personality, but behind the blistering solos and fun-loving image lies a story far darker and more tragic than most ever realized. Born Darrell Lance Abbott in 1966 in Arlington, Texas, Dimebag was raised in a musical household, his father a country music producer who instilled in him a deep love for sound. Alongside his brother Vinnie Paul, he developed a fierce passion for heavy metal, and together they formed Pantera, a band that would eventually revolutionize the genre with its aggressive, groove-laden style. But Pantera's rise wasn't smooth. Early years were filled with financial struggle, rejection, and a desperate fight to be taken seriously in a scene dominated by glam rock. When they finally found their sound in the 1990s with Cowboys from Hell and vulgar display of power, the band exploded, and Dimebag became a guitar god practically overnight. Yet fame came with a dark price. Internally, Pantera began to fracture under the weight of non-stop touring, mounting tensions, and frontman Phil Anselmo's growing addiction issues and erratic behavior. These conflicts strained the brotherhood that had always been at the heart of the band. By 2003, Pantera was effectively over, its end filled with bitterness, miscommunication, and public feuding. For Dimebag, the split was devastating not just because of the band's collapse, but because of the emotional rupture it caused between him and Anselmo. Deeply affected, Dimebag channeled his energy into forming Damageplan with Vinnie, hoping to start fresh and rekindle the magic. But the darkness wasn't done with him. On December 8, 2004, during a Damageplan concert in Columbus, Ohio, Dimebag was tragically and horrifically murdered on stage by a mentally disturbed fan who shot him multiple times at point-blank range. The attack happened in mere seconds but sent shockwaves through the music world that still resonate to this day. His death wasn't just a random act of violence, it was the horrifying culmination of rising paranoia within the metal scene, where tensions between artists and fans had sometimes blurred dangerously. To this day, there are debates and theories around the motive, with some pointing to the fans' delusions involving Pantera's breakup, making the tragedy even more personal and unsettling. What makes Dimebag's story even more painful is the fact that he died doing what he loved most, playing music, performing for fans, and trying to rebuild a legacy that had been shaken by personal and professional loss. He was known offstage as a kind, humble, and generous soul, beloved by peers for his sense of humor and loyalty. But the violence that ended his life left a permanent scar on the music community, robbing the world of one of its most innovative and passionate guitarists. His story, often celebrated in loud tribute, carries a heartbreaking weight beneath the noise, a tale of creative brilliance, broken bonds, and a horrifying end that no one saw coming. Dimebag Darrell's legacy may live in amps and guitar strings, but his life story is a haunting reminder of how darkness can strike even the brightest lights.